Hello and welcome, my name is Akira and this is the final video in the Better Than Napoleon series, which was a Let's Play series for Europa Universalis IV where we are playing as France. And I just wanted to make this video to kind of talk about the whole series, what happened, and a little bit about the achievement as well. What was good and bad and how hard I felt and stuff like that. First of all, we did make, or I made some mistakes to start with. I underestimated the AI in the first war with England, lost a lot of troops there. Again, I also underestimated the Ottomans' ability to join a war over the Aragon to start with, also costed me a lot of time. I should probably have gone to war with Burgundy earlier. I should just have found an ally in the vicinity and then just gone to war with Burgundy, because their power just kept growing all throughout the war, and that kind of was a problem for me. As you can see, I got the achievement anyway, but this land is definitely really nice. It's much easier to control than land everywhere. And the only reason for taking all of this land and all of this land up here and all of this land here was basically just to get power, so we could be powerful enough to take these big provinces. It ended up being pretty easy because we had a very weak emperor for most of the game. Austria stayed the emperor for the entire game, even though they were down to a one province minor with Steiermark here as a capital for a long time. Didn't really get these provinces back until they got a pretty lucky religious war, where they were the leader of the religious war, but I, as France and Commonwealth, did all of the work. So with a weak emperor, it's pretty easy to go to war with the HRE, because it's such a bunch of small states that don't really have the opportunity to grow large and become really powerful. So without a powerful, rather powerful emperor, it's just so easy. Anyway, my tactic for this war was to go after Moscow first, because they have the biggest chance of growing. Same logic, Austria, while they start out powerful, they kind of have a hard time of expanding. The same thing with Brandenburg, who started with Berlin. So I wanted to go after Moscow first, because if they first form Russia and start spreading out all over Siberia, it becomes impossible to deal with them. So that was my first plan, and I saw two possibilities of getting up there, either through England, Norway, then Denmark, Sweden, as we actually ended up doing, via Scotland as a vassal. And the other possibility was getting a core on Friesland, and then using that, or just claiming Friesland, not claiming, getting Friesland. We don't even need a core, but getting Friesland so we can get some claims on Denmark and get up that way. But we ended up doing the Scotland route. And then we took some land over here in Italy and then in the Balkans, so we could get closer to Wien here. And it ended up being much easier than I would have thought. It's only 1604, so we have spent 160 years getting this achievement. So it's listed as hard, and it certainly does take a lot of knowledge about the game to get this achievement. When I started out, I wouldn't have known how to get to Wien other than just conquering everything between. But as soon as you know the basis of how to get claims, it's just pretty easy. That's just the simplest way of stating it. And then, of course, we were lucky that none of the states that we were supposed to take actually got powerful. Muscovy never really got, they were the most powerful when we went to war with them the first time, and that was pretty easy. So it just became easier and easier to take land from them. So they were never a problem. Of course, Austria imploded way before we ever got to war with them, and Brandenburg ended up losing Berlin at the end. And then I was a bit afraid that Bohemia would interfere, but they ended up being a pretty easy target as well. So, to sum up, the achievement was much easier than I had expected. I would probably call it. I would say it's fair enough to call it a hard achievement, but if you have game knowledge, if you have experience in this game, then it's actually not that hard. I would call it maybe medium hard, because I've definitely done some hard achievements that are much more difficult. Anyway, I think this concludes this series. I had a bunch of fun, although it got a bit sluggish in the end. I don't enjoy this kind of border gore too much. So in the next series, which will be coming up, we'll be playing as Ottomans, and we'll try to do a little more regular expansion, which is much easier as the Ottomans, since you don't have that much problems with aggressive expansion. The next series will be a tutorial style series, so it may be a little bit slower, especially to begin with, but there will be a lot of explanation of game terms, so rookies to the game definitely will be able to learn a lot, but even veterans might catch a thing or two about a detail that they didn't know. Hopefully you will join me for those videos. As I said, they'll start up probably about the 5th or 6th of April when Mare Nostrum comes out. Hope to see you then, and until that, have a good day.